let's go back to the time when there was a society with 10 people and they were hunting for food. The hunter who hunted the biggest animal beyond a certain point where everybody had enough to eat did not hunt this really large animal risking his life because he wanted to eat the meat, but because he got the attention of being the biggest hunter. Attention bar status. Don't you think people are optimizing for that? Money could be a pathway. Morality could be another pathway.
And the world is complex.
Yeah.
People optimize for many things at the same time. For money, for influence, for beauty, for many things. Each of us decides to put kind of, different quantities in these different buckets.
All leading to attention?
No. All leading to trying to escape suffering. We are all aware, ultimately, of the fact that we are mortal. A couple of months ago, they caught Putin and Xi in Beijing talking privately when they thought that nobody was listening and the microphones were on. And this was amazing because what were Putin and Xi talking about in private? They didn't talk about Ukraine. They didn't talk about Gaza. They talked about living forever. These people really, if you're just, some poor guy somewhere, and you're going to die, you still don't like it. But if you feel that I'm the most powerful person in the world and I'm going to die, like I'm going to lose all that, that's terrible. So these people, and you see it in many places around the world, not just in, that the highest echelon of society today is obsessed with their mortality and living forever, because for the first time in history, they feel that it's not just religion, maybe science has a cure for death. And you see all this obsession with uploading of our consciousness to a computer and stuff like that, because we are in constant denial mode. We try to forget that we are going to die, but deep down we know it. And we say, okay, we'll have kids, and through the children we'll continue to live. I'll write some book, and through my book I will continue to live. Or I'll be so rich and powerful that I can somehow find a way to live forever. And none of that works. And as long as you don't accept that it doesn't work and try to go deeper and see what's happening in there, you're just a slave.
I know you meditate and you go to India. 2 hours into a meditation, I'm guessing you're trying to actively block thoughts that are coming into your mind. No?
Don't try to block them. Observe them.
Right.
Don't try to block anything.
Most revealing thought you've had in all of your meditations. One thought.
One thought. So, for instance, that we have no idea where our thoughts are coming from. People are under the impression that I am thinking my thoughts, I am my thoughts, Descartes, I think, therefore I am. I am creating my thoughts. When you actually look, again, your meditation, or not in meditation, you close your eyes, you go to sleep, you try to fall asleep, you can't, there is some annoying thought in your mind. Try to observe what's happening there. And you see words popping in your mind. And where do they come from? And it's such a simple exercise. And it's really amazing to see that I have no idea where did this word come from. Like I say a sentence, when I begin to say it, I don't know how it will end. No, the sentence I just said, I don't know how it will end. When I started saying it, I didn't know that the last word in the sentence will be end.
Right.
Why did I say I didn't know how it will end and not I didn't know how it will terminate or complete or develop or whatever? Somehow the words pop in the mind. People say about AI that AI is glorified autocomplete, that AI just predicts the next word in the sentence. Observe your mind and you will see it's exactly the same thing, like you have an AI inside you. And we tend to become so attached to our words, to our thought. And again, all these opinions. And you have this opinion, I'm not going to speak with you. I'm going to cancel you just because you have this opinion. These are just some words in somebody's mind. You're canceling a person because of some words that they said or that they thought. But it's also about ourselves. We not only identify other people with the words, we also define ourselves by the words in our mind. And actually, we have no idea where these words are coming from.
So if you're not your thoughts, who are you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm investigating that. But this is something you need to. I can't write the answer on a piece of paper here. Read.
Do you think there's something between the brain and the organ of your body which kind of puts out thoughts? There's something else that generates who you are as a person?
Who you are as a person is a constant process of change.
Right.
There is nothing stable there.
Right. But
The body constantly changes, the mind, the thought, everything constantly changes. Our attempt to identify a fixed point that this doesn't change and this is me.
no, I'm only asking for a fixed point in a period of time. Like at this point today at 3 p.m., Yuval is a certain person.
Yes.
Given that at 3:30 you will be a different person.
A little different.
Who you are at this point of time, is it nature, nurture, experiences? What do you suspect it is?
Everything together. I mean, again, reality is one and extremely complex. Like you try to understand a war and somebody tells you this war was caused by X. Every time you hear an explanation, a single cause explanation for a war, know that it is wrong. No war in history was caused by just one thing. Similarly, a person is never one thing or caused by one thing. We are partly the product of biology and evolution of millions of years. We are partly the product of our own personal history and psychology. At the present moment, I'm partly the product of what I ate for lunch and of the last words that have gone through my mind or through my mouth.
Who actually runs the world today, Yuval? If I'm a 22-year-old boy and I have 100 million followers, am I more relevant to how the world thinks or is a politician?
No single person or group of persons runs the world.
Agreed. But
And when you talk, you're in Davos, you talk to the most powerful people in the world, and you always get a double story. Sometimes they will try to exaggerate their power and give the impression that I'm so powerful, whether as a banker or politician or on whatever. And then when it comes to solving problems, they tend to run away and say, this is not my responsibility. I don't have the power to solve it. This is because of somebody else. And to some extent, they are correct. That, again, even if you're the most powerful person in the world, you cannot solve by yourself most of the world's problems. And this goes back to the beginning of our conversation. This is why trust and friendship and cooperation is so crucial. Because unless you build even a limited network of cooperation, you can't really do anything. So whether you're an influencer, an investor, a politician...
I hear you. I'm trying to establish the hierarchy of power. Not trying to determine if a group has all the power.
Okay.
Who has more power today? Is it, in all the people we have seen here, I think Elon's speaking next. Is it Elon? Is it Donald Trump? Is it the person who's programming the algorithm of Instagram and TikTok?
We'll know in 100 years who was really important, or in 1,000 years.
Who do you suspect?
If I talked with you, like, okay, we are in the Davos of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
This is the year not 2026, this is the year 26. And you're asking me, Yuval, who is the most important, powerful person in the Roman Empire? And everybody would say, of course, it's Tiberius. He's the emperor. And somebody would say, no, it's Sejanus. He's the commander of the emperor's bodyguard, and he's actually running the show. Tiberius is just a puppet. And then he would say, no. It's these merchants going between India and the Middle East and bringing silk. They actually control the economy. And after a couple of centuries, people look back and say, oh, it was Jesus. And if you told people in the year 26, the most important person at the present moment in the Roman Empire, maybe in the whole world, is this Jew from the Galilee, this carpenter, everybody would think you're out of your mind, you're joking. But we look back 2,000 years later and say, yeah, it was Jesus.
I actually think it's the original storytellers who are the most powerful. Like if you are a storyteller, if the person who wrote the book that we spoke about, if there was an original one, whoever writes an original story today that people believe, like we believe in money and religion and other things.
It's never the one person, because the story gets retold and and even Jesus, actually it's not Jesus, because Jesus didn't write the story of Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't write anything that reached us. The New Testament was not written by Jesus. It was written decades later by different people. St. Paul wrote certain letters and treatises, and you have the different Gospels written by different people. And then over time, these texts changed and were reinterpreted. So to what extent did Jesus control the message of Jesus? To a very small extent. Again, 1,000 years later, people are burned in the name of Jesus. Like he preached love and compassion and they burn people in his name. But this is what he had no control over his own message. So even in the realm of ideas, we think that, okay, I write a book, No, this book will then have a life of its own and people will interpret it in the opposite way of what the author intended.
What I fear most is the person with most influence today is the person controlling the algorithm or the groups of people. And I hope any of the other people have more influence, but not the algorithm, because I don't think it's optimized for the right thing, if I had to wish.
But then maybe the answer is that the most important, powerful actor today is no longer a human being. That I don't think we have reached that point in 2026. But I think we are close to the point when the most important, powerful, if you want, entity on the planet is no longer a human being or a group of human beings, but an AI.
If we were to tread down that path, if AI eliminates the need for effort, a society of abundance, where intelligence does not have a premium anymore because AI has a higher IQ anyway, does capitalism survive? Like, what would be the point?
Capitalism, yes, of course. Capitalism doesn't necessarily need people. It needs money and profits and growth.
But it needs shareholders who...
AIs can do that. I mean, capitalism already created non-human persons which run the show, and they are corporations. Google, Facebook, Microsoft, these are not humans. These are corporations, which are legal persons, even though they don't have a body or a mind.
I consider them not
But
not
until
AIs.
today, corporations were just legal fictions. Because when, say, Microsoft decides to buy a certain other company, it's not really Microsoft. It's human beings. It's the executives or shareholders that decide to do it. But with AI, what defines AI is the ability to make decisions by itself. If something cannot make decisions by itself, it's not an AI. So we could be close to the point when AI can be a corporation that makes its own decisions without any humans. Now imagine a world in which there are maybe thousands, millions of AI corporations in which the AIs decide, we'll buy that, we'll sell that, we'll invest here, we'll buy... And the AIs interact with the other AIs. And if they are more intelligent than us, they will make better business decisions, they will gain more money, and they will take over the financial and economic system.